Boom, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel, and I thank all of you for being here wherever you may be, and of course however you may be listening. So, I hope you guys bear with me for this style of recording. I don't love to do it, but it is a means to an end. Due to my time constraints, I'm not always able to sit down, set up the camera, set up the pod, set up the lighting, and get ready for a video. And so sometimes it's just easier just to, literally just hit the record button on the phone and get started. Unfortunately, I don't have the best phone, so, even because I've seen some recordings on phones that are pretty good because, the phone is spectacular, but I digress. I wanted to briefly, by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button. The channel continues to grow. Like this video. I want you to fucking smash that like button. Get some play, comment. But I wanted to comment on Destiny's divorce. So, first and foremost, you never want to revel in negative or tragic things that happen in other people's lives. But there's a difference between reveling and ruminating in something that happens and having happiness from it, like it giving you joy, and commenting on it. So just the backdrop on Destiny, I think most people know this. Destiny and Melina, I have done a few videos on Melina Göransson. I think she's Swedish. And Melina was dating this guy. I'm not sure exactly where he was from, but he was nowhere near on the financial level as Destiny. And she monkey branched to Destiny on these red pill channels. That's been a major point of contention that she pushes back against, that she did not monkey branch, that, monkey branching is not real. And, the real thing that the red pill sphere was trying to point out when saying that to her is that eventually, because it's obvious that she is a clout chasing hooah, as Dice Clay would say, hooah, that eventually she will do it to Destiny as well. And of course, it is meant to shame her for her natural female proclivities, because a lot of women want to lie about their natural instincts, their natural feminine nature. And a lot of women literally will go as far as to say that it doesn't even exist, these natural female or male tendencies, nature, essence, proclivities, and that men and women are interchangeable widgets, and that from person to person, each individual is so different. As a woman, I'm so much different than this other woman. And then, so she gets with Destiny and they enter into a relationship, and, I'm not sure the timeline, because quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about really anybody's relationship, let alone this liberal, hedonistic tycoon of a bullshit of a relationship. But they end up having this open relationship. And what that means is, and by the way, they're married as well, okay? They're married. And they end up, so an open relationship is engaging in sexual acts and spending time with other people that are not your husband or wife. Now, that can be in the form of more of like a bisexual tilt, where if you're a woman, you spend time with both women and men. And if you're a man, you spend time with both men and women sexually and on a relational level. So it's as hedonistic as it gets, guys, and debaucherous as it gets. There's Andrew Wilson has a word for it. Debauchery pretty much covers it. And, I remember so they're getting a divorce, okay? And it ran its natural conclusion. And I remember I did a video on Melina, and in my critique of her, I would commonly say, who are you kidding? Who the fuck are you kidding? This relationship is going to end. And it did. And I'm not surprised. Nobody is surprised, because it's just not possible, especially under the context of entering into a quote-unquote marriage. It's just not possible because a marriage is a commitment to another person. Only one person. And of course you have these people who try to push the bounds and try to say, well, no, but I can do this too, and I can do this. It's not a one size fits all. They're basically coping to themselves. And anybody could see that it was not going to work out. And the reason why I emphasize the point that they were married is because of how laughable it is that they were married. And I have done a video on, a matter of fact, a recording just like this, asking what is the point of a non-religious, non-Christian, or non-Muslim person, or Jewish, entering into a marriage if you're not any of those things. Because if you don't have the moral underpinnings and the moral backings behind why you are entering into that social, sometimes governmental, and church contract, what is the point? You could just as easily just be in a relationship. If you don't hold those things dear, then why enter into the institution that holds those things dear? It's ridiculous. And this is something that Christians need to point out a lot more, because we have a lot of people in society who want to halfway be traditional, halfway be modern, and they're living this inconsistent life, because ultimately they do what benefits them in the moment. That's what it comes down to. So I am not surprised by this at all. I'm probably going to do another video on the mic discussing this, where I can read some of the comments that have transpired by this. This is classic. Nobody was surprised by this. I want to add one more point. With the whole concept of an open marriage, not only does it not work for the reason that I just said, but another major reason it doesn't work is because let's just look at their relationship specifically. You have Destiny, a high earning male, but he's kind of an ugly guy, but he still makes a lot of money and he has a lot of clout, a lot of say so. You have Melina, who has some of that, but only got that because of Destiny, and is, a semi-attractive woman, okay? In my eyes, what I call girls like Melina is, she is a non-300-pound cute girl. Meaning, in this day and age where there's tons of 300-pounders, so excuse the curve, she's just a normal skinny girl, skinny blonde girl, okay? She's nothing crazy. Even in that circumstance, when you have an open relationship, what ends up happening is the girl still gets far more action than the guy does. Even when the guy is a high earning, high status, high influential male. And so they end up getting on this situation where they're one gets one, oh, I got to get one then. One brings home I got to bring home a date. They try and stay even, and they can't do it, because no matter what, women will always have more access to sex, not relationships necessarily, to sex than men do, including high income, high earning, high status males. I'm not saying high value male because I don't consider Destiny to be a high value male myself, but it still happens. And so ultimately what happens is, from the male's perspective, it becomes very defeating. It becomes very deflating that one side is getting far more out of this than they are. So very, very interesting. I'm going to talk more about this. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support a fellow king out. Christ is king. Love you guys. DBAP, don't be a pussy with low facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, king. See you guys next time. Peace.